Good morning, Intenders.
Good morning.
Welcome and welcome back to Morning Intentions. Today is Wednesday, June 10th. Thank you for joining us for this month of curiosity and the art of enjoying life. Annette, are you getting more curious? Are you enjoying life even more?
I am. And after the podcast yesterday, I had some time and I went and got a few of my poetry books that you have given me. And I have a poem that I might get to reading today. But then I also rediscovered, I think I'm pronouncing his last name, Randy Pausch. And he's the author of the book, The Last Lecture. And then on YouTube, you can go and watch his last lecture. He made this lecture in 2007, and then he died like 9 months after he delivered his lecture. It's all about not losing your sense of wonder in life. I started reading his little book. It's just one of those little tiny books. And I started reading it and I thought, this is exactly what we're talking about this month. We don't want to lose our sense of wonder. We don't want to hold on to things that are no longer serving us. We want to try new things. We want to let go of things that we're afraid of letting go of. It's summer, and maybe we all have just a little bit more time, whether we're going on vacation or going on a little camping trip or something, where if you can go to your library and check out The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch, you will not be disappointed.
No, you won't, especially because I want to give a little backstory. Randy Pausch was a professor at Carnegie Mellon University, and he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and this was his last and final lecture. It's not the last one before he retired, it was the last one before he passed away. What he wanted his students, the other faculty, just people in general, what he
And his
wanted
family.
everybody, what he wanted them to know from what he's learned in his life.
I think I need to rewatch that lecture because I remember when I watched it, I also read the book either right before or right after. It made me very sad, so I was a little distracted. It was heart-wrenching to see this man talk about courage. Here he was, he stood up there and he gave this gift. This is what I've learned in life. This is what I want you all to know. This is the legacy that I want to leave behind. I was a little distracted because it made me sad, but there was such rich value to what Randy shared.
It is sad, but also consider how fortunate he was to be able to do that. Not to get too morbid and dark, we don't always get to know when our final days are coming up. It could be tomorrow. I think that's where curiosity and the art of enjoying life become top of mind for me. I don't know when the end is coming, so why would I want to waste my life being rigid? Why would I want to waste it on getting mad at garden fences?
Why would I want to waste it doing a to-do list of dusting, vacuuming, and cleaning the garage when I could read some poetry that would really make my heart sing?
And dusting and vacuuming the same rooms over and over because they get dusty and they get dirty, so you got to do them again sometime. So then that to-do list can get in the way of our sense of wonder and our sense of curiosity. Before you go on, I wanted to remind us all of our working definition of curiosity for the month. Curiosity is choosing to explore rather than assume, to wonder rather than judge, and to learn rather than conclude. Having that sense of wonder that there's something to be discovered and making that a priority. I know I can get caught up in the to-do list and the what do I have to do today's. The older I get, and I know I'm not that old, but the older I get, the more I see that all the things I thought were important when I was younger didn't matter as much as I thought they did. They didn't have a great deal of importance, at least to the level that I gave them. And I look back and I don't shame myself and I don't have any regrets about it. But it's interesting for me to see that my priorities have shifted and what has become important wasn't even on the radar before. And having that sense of wonder is something I want to develop further.
Well, I think that's the whole point of what we're sharing this month. We're talking about some of the things that get in the way of being curious and maybe some of the struggles. We're sharing some very simple examples about struggles in our lives. But what we're hoping is that people can take those simple examples and then apply those to their own lives. Say, well, where am I getting hung up on the fence isn't perfect? What's everyone else's version of this? Where am I struggling that I have this evening routine and then I don't want to change it? And then that causes some angst. How can we all apply all of this to our own lives? Because that sense of wonder is what life is all about, really. But then we get into judgments, and I wanted to talk about some of the judgments and the catastrophizing that we do.
I am the queen of catastrophizing, but I think I'm tossing that crown away, though. I've gotten better at that.
Okay, so let's talk about that. What does catastrophizing mean to you? Let's define what catastrophizing is.
It means to me taking a problem and in my mind going nuts by extrapolating, well, this happened, then this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, then everything's ruined. The biggest one for me is the clock. Well, if I have all this to do today, and I know whatever task is going to take the most amount of time, that means I got to get all these other tasks done by 2:30. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long day, in which I'm not really too much of a fan of getting into the 9 and 10 o'clock days. I don't enjoy those as much. I know sometimes they're necessary. I get that. But if I can do everything in a timely manner, I can avoid that. So I start seeing, oh, this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Then the next task took a lot longer than it's going to take. Then the clock is slowly ticking and ticking towards this time that I've set in my mind that I got to be doing whatever I got to be doing then. Otherwise, oh my goodness, it's going to be too much for me. That's a primary version of catastrophizing, but then I also have other ones going on too.
How does catastrophizing serve you?
Good question. It doesn't.
So I work with you. And
yes, you do.
You catastrophize quite often. You're getting better, but you catastrophize. I can hear it in your voice. It's like,
you can probably feel it.
Oh, we got this to do. We got that to do. And I said, hey, just step by step, one thing at a time. That's all we can do.
Calm the you-know-what down.
Yes, I have to say that quite frequently. Calm the you-know-what down. I'm just wondering, though, so I was sharing yesterday about how these habits are hard. This is how I want my evening to look. These routines, the traditions. Then when we get into judgment now, catastrophizing is a judgment. Oh, this is not turning out the way I want it to be, or this is how it's going to be because of this, what just happened. Today, I know we're out of time, but I want you, if you would, think about this during the day and think about how catastrophizing serves you. And then I have a Mary Oliver poem just for you, Ada.
Well, let's have that be our curiosity question for today for everyone, not just me. How does catastrophizing serve you? How does catastrophizing serve you? And if you look at yourself and say, I don't do that, I'm not a catastrophizer, check it a little more. Maybe you are more than you think.
You could call yourself just a worrier.
If you're a worrier, and also you can check in and ask, how does it feel to be around a catastrophizer? Because
stressful. I'll answer that for us already.
Okay,
I'll do our
gave
homework
you an answer.
for us.
Stressful. What else? Thank you so much for joining us today. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you tomorrow.
See you then.